Welcome back to StockSmart Investing, where we use technical indicators to determine entry and exit points. Now, of course, we've got the biggest meme up here, and had you joined our channel, you would have known about AMC way back at $3. So make sure you subscribe. Yeah, we were in it right when it moved above right here, because we were receiving this signal, okay? And if you want to know more about this signal, go back in the last video, okay, in the Chande momentum, all right? So when something comes above 0 on the Chande momentum, or above 0 on this indicator, also, that's when we really start to look for the moves, all right? We're going to look at a few different things here today. Now, with AMC right now, it looks like it's a pushback. So, even though today we are opening in the upwards direction, overall, here is your run. We won't be looking for an exit until this particular happens, okay? But it's very close, all right? So be careful. Even though we are forming a hammer, and we're opened up, I checked this morning, and it was up $1.50. Now it's up $2.50. Very good. Now that's on the day. Okay, and it looks like the bulls are here. What do we got here? I can't see the... We'll have to just put it down here on the lower. Okay. And it looks like... All right, way more buying than selling, all right? Now, we need to know about our volume and what's going on, whether it's greater than the daily average. So let's pull that up. And that should be, if we just type in label here, if I can spell it right. All right, we're going to want, the theta label didn't work. We need our volume labels. Okay. And we'll hit apply. Now let's see what's going on. We haven't reached, but just almost reached 100% on the day. So if that's 100% on the day, we should be reaching it very, very soon on the 4-hour as well. This signal right here, one arrow on top of each other, that is the signal of a reversal happening, or one that should be happening soon. So it looks like we are going to see that upwards action. All right. See, we're pointed up here in our Chande momentum. Okay. Expect to see a good day here in AMC. Now we get our signal here in our Chande momentum way, way back here. All right, that's forever ago. All right. Now let's pull up another one. That's Wish, and then I've got. I need to go back and check my email alerts. There was one that came across in the middle of the night that doesn't typically happen. And if something is pops up onto your watch list and comes through late at night, I always find that to be a little sus. Okay, it looks like Tiger was added to the Kapak Weekly, TIGR. So we're going to be watching that. Okay. Looks like Workhorse is going off this morning as well. All right, let's find where we were added here. Let's see, we've got it's either SENS, NEO, or EQT. All right, I think that's going to be EQT and MX. Let's find it. Yeah, looks like EQT. All right. Looks like I'll have to return a phone call here this morning as well. All right. So check EQT here real quick. and see how it's performing this morning. Oh, excellent. These, boom, boom, okay. Little fake out, breakout, and then a run, so very good. How is it on the weekly? Pointed up on the weekly. So ideally, we want a signal that gives this momentum signal upwards from the weekly. And the daily, okay. And I would say if weekly and daily are firing off, then your 4 hours shouldn't matter as much. You know, that signal should still be valid as well. Okay. But it looks like this EQT is about to start running, and we've got greater than the average volume, or almost 72% greater. All right. Let's go through a couple other ones I want to check out. We're going to check out Twink, which would be Hostess. WNK. Oh, and yeah, DoorDash and Hyliion. Okay, so Twink is in a pullback. We need to be watching for this pullback to be over here on the 4-hour chart, if that's the chart you're trading. And this daily chart here, I like how it, of course, now it's hit its highs. We should have been watching our Twinkies way back here. And since I love the Twinkies, and you see how this momentum catches the signal in the daily. All right. And we cross above here just a little sooner than this oscillator does here. Okay, looks like our volume does catch it. All right. Now, let's get our accumulation day percent gain threshold. Interesting. Let's pull out to the weekly here. All right, now let's check out HYLN, even though there is no reason, I don't think, for that stock to even be moving. I don't think there's any news about it, but it looks like they did hit their lie, or their low. Okay. Say, yeah, Hyliion kind of is a little bit of a lie. I mean, ever since they had this, they came out and they popped this day. It's just been a downwards, trend ever since. So, I mean, I do kind of feel like Hyliion lied a little bit. They don't really have much of a product there. I don't know. But also, that was the same time that, Workhorse didn't have a product, and Lordstown didn't have a product, and Nikola definitely didn't have a product, and they called him out on it real good. So, eek. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think that I'm going to be able to get back with Hyliion here. Even though the TEMA went bullish, it just didn't happen. Okay? Even though we're looking for it to happen, okay? Any day now, we're looking for this big reversal to start coming back up on our weekly chart. Our daily chart, we did see a bit of that reversal. All right? Now let's find the accumulation swing index. We can pull that up. And let's get rid of our percent gain here. All right. And on the daily, we see when we get above, 0 on our swing index, things get pretty bullish. Okay. And looks like back here on 3.9, we were below it. Then we come up. Oh, okay. So we jump above, say, from 20 to 65. Let's track our price here. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not really in love with that chart. It gets bullish here. And it looks like, yeah, wish out here on the weekly. We're getting just under the TEMA. So I would say I would be doing the call options on Wish. Really seems like long term we're going to be seeing a bullish trend. Looks like we're trying to get that back now. Okay. Let's see what our accumulation swing index on the daily. Looks like I've got two of them. All right, AHT, AMC, Clean, Clove, CRSR, FCell, Neo, NVAX, Occugen, RAPT, and UPST. Is that Upstart? Surely is. All right. RAPT had a big blast off. Look at them go. Okay. Clean. Looks like it's doing some condensing here. Some consolidating. Seems like it's kind of trapped in a range there. We've got AMC on our swing index list. And since we've got, these two arrows very close together, we can keep looking for a good signal there. All right, now let's see what other list that was. So if we can look for the accumulation swing index and the KAPOC, say on the daily and weekly. Nothing on this list yet. Although it is very specific. Alright, looks like Clove is the only one that is on the weekly swing index. Okay. Let's take that down to a lower time frame and see what we get. Though we can see how Clove is, looks a little tricky here, doesn't it? Shorting from here and then slowly buying it back, not to disrupt price movement on the way down. And of course we have our Darvis signals we need to check out this morning too. Alright, so let's get over there to those. See if there's anything true on our KAPOC on the daily. Not quite. All right. Now, there should be plenty of stocks here to pop up on this list. Of course, we are just before market open, and we could be seeing a very, very big slowdown. All right, let's look at market sentiment on the daily, maybe even with a Darvis buy. Now, market sentiment on the daily with a Darvis buy signal. That's this one right here. That's Progenity. All right. And that's this is a good little list I've put together. Now let's go back and find its, let's see, its other counterparts. Let's do this one. All right, looks like Prague isn't on the list, but Tiger, Upstart, XPEV. Now I've got Coupang written down here. Looks like XPEV is showing up. See, we get above 0 on the swing index and things really start to move. Let's check out this TIGR, Up FinTech. All right, very good. And market senti on the daily. I have way too many market sentiment scans. All right. And I don't see that PROG on any of these lists either, although IDEX, look at IDEX trying to come back up. Very good, my little buddy. All right. Give us a divergence here, and we'll see something start to move. All right, I think IDEX is going to be another one. BlackBerry looking and doing the same thing, kind of consolidating, probably for a move. Okay, although it is pointing down. All right, AHT's back on the list today. Ford, NVAX. All right. Eller's three-way and ADX. Let's do the EMA Mobo scan. All right. Now, let's get rid of the Chande momentum. Move our volume to the bottom. We'll move our volume labels down here with our volume here. It's going to put our labels down in this area. Very good. All right, keep them off of that top chart. So BlackBerry giving an upward signal on the daily, meaning the run hasn't quite finished yet. Okay, but this one could be running or done. You see what happens after it breaches this top here. So there's a really only a select time for taking your trade, and you're going to want to take your trades. You know, people might be more familiar with the RSI, and I don't prefer the RSI. I prefer something a little different. Looks like Sens is all over the market here today. You can use the RSI, okay, but I really prefer the percent %R, okay. What was I trying to make here? All right, let's get rid of the accumulation swing index. All right, USI, YouTube, blah, blah, blah. I must have been trying to do something. But either way, you've got to be good at spotting divergences, okay? So using the RSI and the MACD will help you spot the divergence, hidden divergence, bullish and bearish divergences, and whatnot. Once you get really good at spotting those, you know, trading those indicators, become a little easier. Not that the MACD is hard to read, but like I say, those divergences will get you. So, there is a study for such a thing. And it's a RSI divergence. Here we go. And it tells you where they are. Very good. So you can see where and when divergences are happening and how broad they are. And they, not always, but typically, are signaling a reverse in the trend. Okay, see, we see this big divergence up here, and then we get a reversal in the trend. Big divergence here, yeah, we get a reversal in the trend. Divergence here, little reversal in the trend. Divergence here, reversal in the trend. Okay. Of course, we could follow these movements if they're nice and smooth. Okay. We can try to smooth them out a little bit more. All right, so let's get rid of our Chande momentum oscillator here. Hit OK. And I'm curious, I may even consider trading with these ticks and see how they work. Okay. Now, something like Tesla, I don't know if we'll be able to do a 133 tick or not. That may be too small. It may move too quick. Okay. As you can see, these divergences here. All right. 59 out of 133 remaining. Okay, for that bar. Looks like we're going down, though. Okay. Looks like more sellers than buyers, so we're putting in those puts. All sellers. All right. Now, of course, people have used and told me something around 500, 1,000 tick. You know, consider those. And when you're looking at 1,000 tick, and when 1,000 green trades have been placed, I would say that's a very good indication of a bullish market. With other, you know, extenuating, you know, say circumstances or signals. Okay. Now, nothing on our little EMA Mobo scan here. Either that or it doesn't work. I'm sure that it works, but nothing for it today. All right, now let's see what's on our Super Squeeze It. I don't see anything popping up there. And maybe our moving scalper with some sentiment here. Oh, something did pop up. All right. Looks like TLSA. Very good. So these are some things that are being squeezed currently right now. If you go in and find some of the bullish ones with decent bid and ask spreads, you know, necessarily for scalping. Of course, some would say they prefer a tight bid-ask spread, but I think that's greedy. Okay. And let's check our pump and dump on the daily. Let's see what we've got going on here. And Neo and Sens. Perfect. Wonderful. Okay. So, go back and watch our pump and dump video. That was our Happy 300. And I'm currently working on a new version of the pump and dump detector to give away at the, let's just say, Happy 500. So, hit that subscribe. That way, you can get notified when I get finished with it. And of course, you'll get it for free. I save it on GitHub, so anything I build on the channel, I just give away for free. There's no point in charging for that. So, of course, pull up your Thinkorswim and build some of these studies, you know, right along with us. Okay. Now, let's see Neo here. All right. And two arrows very close together, and then you see a big move. Okay. And the market's open. Now let's check out Sens here. And I don't think we need to see a 500 tick, but to see it move maybe a little quicker, we'll move the tick size down. let's go down. We'll start out on AMC today. Looks like people are starting off in selling mode, though. Yeah, we're starting off selling off. Of course, it had a big run up pre-market, so that doesn't surprise me. You know, look here. So on our pump and dump detector on the daily, we are getting NEO and SENS, okay? We aren't getting AMC or any of those. And, of course, look at it rally up. Okay. Now, looks like SENS is up a little and NEO's trying to get up. All right. We might be losing our trend here, but let's go in and change it over to a Renko bar. All right. And see if this lower RSI divergence can keep up with it. Hopefully it can. Hopefully my computer can keep up with it. Oh, goodness. All right. Here we go. All right, so we're plotting downwards. And just to show you, I do like that this shows and plots the divergences here. So you can see when a reversal in the trend is about to happen or likely to happen. Okay, I like to use this TEMA line as well. When the TEMA line starts crossing the brick pattern, that's what I would say there's a weakening in the trend. Okay. So it looks like out of everything I wrote down, NEO and SENS. Okay, very good. So if this is the pump and dump detector, that's just finding things that are being moved quickly. Okay. Let's look at the person's... let's check this one first. The price above the Fibonacci and the moving average. All right, so that's a lot of them. A lot of green stocks, okay? So if you're just looking for green stocks, that'll do you just fine. All right, but we want to be more specific than that. A Rune Stupid buy signal on the daily. Looks like we've got... looks like some of these numbers look a little better. Okay. Let's check out the HA Colt. Now, the HA Colt, for some reason, just doesn't work half the time. But if we could get a reliable HA Colt signals to work, we would be in very, very good shape. Okay. I don't know why, but every HA Colt study, most of them just don't end up working when their counterpart built as an indicator works just fine. So if anybody knows why that is, you know, comment down below and let me know. Looks like we got a big sideways pennant forming, breakout to the flat side, so we will have an upwards breakout, it looks like. Okay. Let's do HA Colt. Shaft daily. Yep, breakout to that high side. See where this was the flat side? You got that breakout. Boom. All right. Now, of course, if you're trying to keep along with the, you know, say active trader, and you were using one of the many different ways to place your trades, okay, as we can see with the 10 tick, you know, this morning, market open was really the opportunity. That was your big, you know, your run. All right, now we're consolidating, you know, condensing here, and yeah, now you could be getting in and out on, let's just say, these 10, 20 cent intervals. Oh man, well, what could I have been searching for to have it that far over? All right. All right. So you would join the bid, or, you know, the ask, or whatever. There we go. Let's get rid of that. Let's look at level 2 here. All right. Now, I like coming in here in the after hours and seeing the already pre-existing orders, too. That's always fun. So seeing these move in real time really helps you figure out if your strategies are going to work. All right, now I want to pull out, we see this RSI divergence. All right, now let's pull out our percent R, or I wonder if I can just pull out the bot. Percent R bot 1, percent R bot. All right. Now let's add our percent R bot, and let's add our percent R. Not percenty. Big stupid fingers. Okay. And here we are. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Now you'll see why I like the percent R much better. Oh, biscuits. Why'd I do that? All right. I know it'll show positive P&L. I'm not even interested in the P&L. Okay. $566 in a 5-day span. Very good, very good. All right, so we can see our entries and exits. Now, this percent R bot got a little late to the party here. And, of course, when we start seeing all this, that's, we don't want to play around in that. All right? So, really, we want to look for, a percent R entry that also, and now why did it wait until here? Oh, I see, because it took a short. Uh-huh. This must be the short strategy. Let's go see if that's how it's set up. It is. Okay, buy, short, cover, profit. Oh, they're all set up. I got it. So they're all doing everything. Although, why did it not take that as a signal? Let's find where our percent R bot and buy, short, cover, profit. Interesting. And buy to open when it crosses above 20. Okay. I gotcha. So it's got to cross above 20 before we get a signal. So here's when we get that signal. All right, so here's a buy-in. Looks like when we go in closer, and depending on the direction, as you can see, when we changed from the 1 day, you can see it's buy, cover, buy, cover. All right, now go to the 15-minute chart. It goes short profit, short profit, short profit. It knew that it was in a bullish or a bearish. Okay, and this one was bullish. It's telling us to cover. All right, and I'd be watching that one. And Tesla, looks like it went bullish from here. All right, very good. But pull that out to the daily, and we can see that on the daily charts, it's bearish. All right. Of course, I've got a lot of drawings here and whatnot, but it looks like this might have been the bottom. It looks like it did. It respected our support line here. Yeah, it must respect our line. Here we go. Looks like it just went below it and bounced, so that was good charting, accurate. And we're only 8% on Tesla's daily average, and I mean, depending on... And see, that's a thought I've had, too. Will everyone driving up AMC's price, is that going to mess with, say, the other things that they hold in the hedge funds hold, the other stocks? They may have to sell those other stocks, causing those prices to move. Or maybe that's the point. Drive up the price of AMC so they can drive the prices like Tesla and Apple and Microsoft and other growth companies down to grab them up. Maybe that's the the idea behind there. Okay. Well, we're just speculating. And let's see what we have on our squeeze alert on the 6-way. And I just saw Momo MACD. Wonder what that's based on. Wouldn't be the MACD, would it? AA. Oh, okay. I gotcha. Very good. Very good. All right. Looks like we're getting light sweet crude futures. All right. So if you did trade oil, you know, and strictly oil, looks like we found something here. Looks like Sens is on this list. It's funny, Sens is all over the list today. It's only moved 48 cents. Okay. But from our 4-hour chart here, you know, if we would have received it, say on the 4-hour, and this signal being valid from all the way back at the beginning of the month, 14 days ago, okay, we would know price is going up and to hold, okay? And our percent R bot also caught it as well. Now on our daily chart, we would have got in somewhere around back here, 513. Yeah, 513 would have been ideal. And price would have been $1.85. And from 513 to 613, $1.85 to probably they're going to run it up to 485 so they can get that 3 and 4x. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Very good. Now let's check out this. Let's see what we got. Strikes. Let's look at 6 strikes. Let's look at 10 different strike prices. Interesting. All right, and I always like to come and see traded at bid or below, traded at ask or above. Okay, traded at ask or above. All right, more calls than puts. All right, delta between 21 and 40, 41 and 60, 61 and 80. So they're in the money or at the money. 81 to 1,000. Yeah, they're at the money. They're in the monies. All right. Looks like Sens is on the 4-way Arun. So Sens is getting pushed all over my watch lists. And what I do is I like to look for a stock that is just bopping. Be bopping all over my watch lists. I mean, we can't stop it. It's just there. All right. And that would be the ideal thing to go look for and trade. All right. VRDN, Echo. Echo was on my list last week. QH and BOAS/U. What's a BOA's U? BOA acquisition? I don't know, man. Like a boa constrictor, they're going to squeeze you to death. I don't necessarily like that. Don't like the sound of them apples will. All right. Well, let's see. Buy. Eek. Not great. But be looking for that reversal signal to happen any day now. Oh. Looks like it's trying to happen real soon. Alright. And let's check out our parabolic SAR that's bullish. Alright, this is the ones that are bullish for parabolic SAR. Of course, that's probably just a daily scan. Very good. Hit a low. Okay. Oh, Clove is the only one on this list. And yet so many of these charts look exactly the same. All right. Now it looks like we're getting this buying opportunity here, but we don't want to take the trade here. We want to take the trade when it starts to recover. It's not pointing down anymore. All right. Also, let's just pull up a strategy here and make it a simple moving average strategy. All right, so let's do simple trend channel. Nah, that's not what I want. Golden triangle, golden cross breakouts. Sure, let's go with that. All right, so that's a 50 and a 200. We'll hit apply, and we can see these golden cross breakouts. Now let's pull this down to the lower. I want that on the lower. Let me do it. All right. It says no. It says you can't have it your way. You will take it my way or you don't get the damn thing. Okay. No cheeseburger for you. No soup for you. All right, so we're looking for these golden cross breakouts. So let's get rid of our TEMA. Okay, and see how these golden cross breakouts affect the chart when we're looking at it here. All right, now we're using simple. Now a fast length of 50, that's kind of, it's kind of slow, okay? So let's put it somewhere closer to the stock price or somewhere closer, to price itself. And we're going to make that a 21 period, all right? So that's going to be when the 21 crosses the 200, that's going to give you an entry and exit point. Okay, and we'll give that a try. See how it looks. All right, we're looking at Clove now. Let's pull over to something like a clean chart. I see. All right, so right here with Wish, the 200 crossed the, crossed this 50. It's been short ever since. All right, but it looks like, or this 20. But now the 20's crossing back over. That's a good sign. Now let's see if, or the 21. Now let's see if the 50 is. And the 50 hasn't quite crossed back over yet, so. But people are well aware of these crossovers. All right. Now here, if you would have gotten the crossover, you would have been late to the party. All right, and that's because we're using a 50 period. All right. Oh, that doesn't even show up there. No dice. Looks like we get our crossover somewhere in here. And take a short position somewhere in here. Looks like people started buying back up their positions all through here. All right. And of course, I think price was, raised prematurely for this crossover to about to happen. That way they didn't get too much profit. And you see, as that crossover happened, you got, say this doji signal here. Okay. Let's see, what price were we at here when we got that crossover? 2270 or 2207. I see. 2196, you would have bought it right at the perfect time, right on the crossover, but they, disingenuously spiked the price up, so you would be, put out of it. They put it down here and moved it up here, so they had the control all the way through in this range. All right? Meaning that that's where you got sold your shares if you put in a market order. You would have had to put in a limit order and made sure you came in well under bid, which is the idea here. You don't want to just go with your market orders, okay? If you see a good signal that, let's just say you're not scalping, you see a good signal, you want to invest, or, maybe you are scalping, you still see that really good signal. Price starts to move above the moving average, or there's a crossover. Okay, and you've got other good signals telling you that it's okay to get in. Okay. Now this entire thing looks like it's going to become a divergence. Okay, yeah, that's kind of what that looks like. Let's check out Workhorse here, and let's check out TPO. And the thing is that people act like they weren't surprised that Workhorse was, Workhorse and Lordstown went down. I told people, even like one of the other YouTube guys who covers Workhorse, I'm like, dude, that looks like a Head and Shoulders. It's going to crash hard. And he put a little heart right on my comment, almost as if he knew it. It's like, I don't know if you knew it or if you just you saw what I saw in the charts too, but if that was the case, then he should have prepared for it. I mean, instead of course, maybe he were prepared for it. Yeah. He probably was. I'd like to think so. But that's why we subscribe to this channel, so you can be prepared. And, of course, consider signing up for Patreon and supporting the channel. You'd really be helping somebody out. I'm currently not working. This is what I'd like to consider a job if I could stare at a screen all day. Okay. See, just right here, right above there was that doji, right at that support level here. So we'll see if it pushes it up and then gets dropped back down. If Workhorse falls, it's going to go far. It doesn't have support until it gets back down to this $3 level. Okay. Yeah. Things aren't looking great. Looks like it's lost a lot of its support. I mean, it hits supports along the way, but I'm going to say that, yeah, just doesn't look real great. Okay. I mean, it looks like the market maker has taken over. And see, we've got a downward signal here. So, yeah, downward signal here, but it looks like we're pointing up here. Yeah, that could be interesting to follow. Yeah, here we go. So we might see a little upwards movement temporarily. Let's see how that plays out. I wonder if it's not catching it. Okay. Well, I wonder what the profit is. Okay, every time we drop below 80, we should get a short signal. Okay. It looks like those signals are valid. And let's look for a bull flag. Darvis bull flag, and then we'll check our death crosses. Death cross on the daily. Yeah, death cross on the daily. There we go. So here's some death crosses on the daily. Very good. Alright. And let's check out some death crosses on the weekly. Alright, daily and weekly sends and AMC, so that tells me they're probably being artificially moved right now. I mean, of course they are, but for a daily and weekly to be accurate, you know, I would tell retail investors they need to start getting out. You know, they say hold until it looks like your phone number, but honestly, people are going to hold until they either hit their goal or they get wiped out. You know, and those are the stubborn ones, not the smart ones. The smart ones are going to try to trade, you know, one direction, you know, then the other direction, you know, looking for signals, all right? Whether it be this signal here or any of the other, you know, signals and bots. And, of course, you can see we go from bullish to bearish here, where it goes from buying and covering to, you know, shorting and then profit, short and then profit. So, really, I've got, yeah, it should be short and then cover and then buy and then profit. But either way, as you can see, when you can find something that has a nice smooth trading, it's not terribly ignorant to figure out which way you should be playing your options. Well, what are your options? Wonder if that's where that term comes from. All right. So by the time we got this signal, though, it was already, you know, the run was half over. All right. That's why we look at the percent R as well. We see the percent R coming up. We see this starting to come up. Okay. We see green bricks forming. On the third green brick, we probably would have gotten in. Okay. Alright, now let's pull up our strat here, and let's just see. Accumulation distribution strategy. Looks like they added an HA Colt strategy. That's funny. Because I'm pretty sure that, yeah, that's funny. Alright, so let's get rid of that one. We'll get rid of that. We'll hit apply. Let's see how well HA Colt. Okay. Or maybe I just never noticed the HA Colt strategy in there before, but I don't think that was there before. HA Colt strategy. Yeah, they're always adding new things. That's why I like Thinkorswim. They do really well, you know, to do that. The Hammer bot. Oh, I was looking for the accumulation distribution setup anyway, I think. So let's see how that goes. And let's turn on our P&L just to see. Okay, so we've got some green there in it. Not a whole lot of monies, but looks like Hamabot does do okay, and the accumulation distribution doesn't destroy it. Alright, so 343. Let's get rid of accumulation distribution. Up 291. Oh, okay. Interesting. So it looks like Hamabot here also colors our bricks for us. In whether we're in bullish, bearish, or, you know, consolidating. Okay, so I would expect another, that's kind of like another trend indicator that we have as well. Okay, so definitely got bullish in there. Very good. Let's get rid of our golden cross breakout. Those aren't necessary anymore. And I would even think of doing, say the 55 crossing the 150. That might even be a, you know, better way to look at that. Looks like Hamabot does okay. Let's stay 5-day, 15 minutes. And he makes 80 bucks in Hamabot only makes 80 bucks in 5 days. But on the 4-hour chart, Hamabot only made 471. Okay. That's because he's only buying 4 shares. Alright, well, for AMC, we must be ape. Oh, shiznit. Don't do that. Go here. Go here. Go here. And realistically, I mean, at the price we were at, we probably could have done roughly 1,000 shares when we caught on to it the first time. Go way back in the videos. You'll see where we were trading AMC in the beginning. All right, so had we had and held our 1,000 shares, it looks like $36,000 would be our money here. And just my calculations on the big explosion to here, it would have been roughly $22,000 just from the low in and around here to the high, or yeah, that would have been owning about 300 shares. Okay, so but it really looks like we've got this huge consolidations just going through here. And to check that out, I can go and use this consolidation box. If I could learn to spell. Okay. So we got our consolidated box here. And we'll slap her up there. And we'll see. Alright. Looks like there's Yep. Looks like there's condensing here, here. I mean, I really think it's all through here. Okay. But just to give us the about the pitch of it, let's zoom in here. All right, get from our high. Not so sure that candle's it, but if we go from here, this is showing a breakout from that hammer, okay? Now, bring that out to weekly. See how it drew that line just straight down? All right, let's zoom in again. Now, it already did that one. Okay. Now we can start looking for, it's touching our line right here, we can start looking for a breakout to happen. And we can see we got a positive crossing over on this moving average, so. Now what we can really expect is it to get pushed back, okay, get pushed back down and rejected until it gets into such a tight spot that it blows out. Now, if this were, let's see, I mean a head and shoulders, or let's say a vertical with a cup and handle. And let's just say we were in okay. Let's change this to a 50-cent brick, okay? So if we're going upwards in 50-cent increments, that should be pretty obvious too. You know, and looks like 50-cent increments. Of course, we can't stick with 1,000 shares at this current price. So let's go with our current price is $54. Let's just say we wouldn't want to risk more than 10% of our account. So maybe let's go with, okay, let's go with 100 shares. That'd be $5,400. All right, hit apply, hit OK. All right, very good. Now we've got a P&L that's more accurate. And $19,000 is the boot. Now, what did I say? It was $22,000, so $19,000 was very close. I like that. All right. And we can see with this particular tick setting that now our moving averages line up with our accumulation, with our Hammer bot. So we can see when we get bearish, they go from gray to red, and when we get bullish, they go from red, gray to green. All right, and I like how it catches it just as the crossover happens. So this is the way that we should probably leave AMC set up for future trading. All right, this 50 tick. All right, so if we were to trade it on the other tick charts, I would say we should probably set it to 50 tick as well. And then we can trade and look at this, percent R, and use it as a reference, of whether we're getting the best value for our trade or not. Okay, looks like ENOB. ENOB is one that showed up on the lists. All right, very good. All right, what a good day. AMC's having a little bit of a run. I hope everybody makes some money out there. Happy trading. Make sure you come over and subscribe. Help the, this handicap trader out. I am missing a leg. That does keep me from going out and doing most types of work. So